What's up? It's your girl Halisi, the Wisdom Wordsmith. And I was having a conversation with my girlfriend today. And in hindsight, I think she got 6 kids and I have 7. I think she has 6. Yeah. And in hindsight, hindsight they say is 2020. And I would have never thought that I would be sitting here with cancer at 44. Um, Malignant brain cancer at that. And so they say, your life flashes before your eyes, before you die. And I'm not saying I'm dying, but my life is definitely flashing before my eyes. And thinking about black women, like, you know, if you ain't never been in heaven, how would you know how to create that? And so we just keep creating more and more hell, right? And, at the time I was getting pregnant, I sincerely loved those men. But if a man tell you don't have his baby, don't have his baby, right? Like, I wish I had somebody tell me how important I was and that it's okay. And I'm not saying that we should be encouraging abortion, but we should be encouraging women to make wise choices. Even though I was with their dads, like when I married and when I had a civil marriage too, it does not matter. So, right, the one that I had the civil union with, he was happy that I got pregnant with his children. However, I was just separated from my first husband. Even if he was happy, at the time, he was not a stable man that I should have been procreating with, right? And so sometimes we see all this potential that's in a man, and I think that's beautiful that we can see that as black women, but we got to deal with what is there, right? And in hindsight, if I had loved myself more, I would have maybe not had my first son when his dad asked me not to. And then the right response is to stop sleeping with a man unprotected if he doesn't want to create with you. I think that no one really challenges black women in a way that's healthy to say, if he doesn't want to create with you, honey, get away from him. We have got to know when someone really likes us, loves us, wants to create with us, they're for us. And, if not, you create your own personal hell. There is no better way to say that. And I love my children, and I thought that they deserved to be here. But the truth is, even I have a 21-year-old daughter, and her, sometimes I will call her dad and vent to him about how she's talking to me or what's happening in my home, hoping that I would get some relief or some support, because teaching her helps her to be a better woman. It's not so much as helping me. There are lessons that I want to get across to her. And he told me straight up, why you keep calling me about stuff that's happening in your home? We've been separated for 11 years. And you would think by now that, you know, somewhere in him, he would grow up and see how talking to his daughter helps her be a better woman. And because I love the child, right? It's like I created my own personal hell. So she's still living with me. And you know, hit or miss. Like maybe she get the lessons, maybe she don't. And I just think about all the energy I wasted thinking that I was doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? I heard a woman say that she thought she might go to hell if she had an abortion. I had an abortion before, and I did not think that I would go to hell. You know, but the hurt that I experienced of having to make that choice led me to have more children. And I sincerely love their fathers. I would have stayed with those men if they would have been committed to their growth and to our growth as a union. But they were not, and quite frankly, I didn't give myself enough time to know these men before having children with them. You know, one father does not deal with his son at all, even though he pays child support. And again, hindsight is 20/20. A baby cannot fill the gap of not loving yourself enough to pick better men to hang out with. If a man only wants to have sex with you, he's not worth you having a child by him. And potentially, you're birthing the mindset that the man has as well. So we know that the emotions of the mother shapes the baby, but the baby also gets DNA, 21 chromosomes from the father as well. And so, you know, I don't know, right? One day will that baby grow up and hate me for birthing him into the world? Because he will want to know who his dad is. And his dad doesn't want anything to do with him. And we just got to take accountability as women for some of these mindsets that exist in the world. And I'm going to keep saying that hindsight is 20/20, but you only know what you know. So if you had a baby, you know, don't live in regret. I definitely don't regret my children. But I would be lying to you all if I didn't say I didn't feel some sorrow while I'm going through a cancer diagnosis. 2 of my sons are not around at all to support me with day-to-day. And they don't need to feel bad about that, but that is a mindset that I birthed into this world. So, food for thought.